welcome to another video. This is Bombredeemer, and today I'm going to show you a little something that I've been working on, and I call it the Forlorn Space Station. In the future, when Keen Software House reworks the multiplayer, I plan on hosting a dedicated server at some point. I'm not sure when, but this is going to be the station. I'm going to upload this to the world, and I'm going to take you guys on a short tour of what I've already got finished. These right here are airlocks. They're not hangars themselves. The hangars themselves are going to be on the inside of the station. I've yet to build them. But these are transfer airlocks for ships. So the idea would be you'd fly a ship into the airlock and then into the station. This prevents people from accidentally venting air when they're trying to leave the station or if they're trying to enter the station. They're all fully automated, if you can't tell by the timer blocks on the top. They're very time-consuming to set up, but once set up, they work pretty well. I'll show you those in a minute. But yeah, like I said, you'd fly a ship into it, and then into the station, or you'd fly a ship from inside the station into the airlock, and then out of the station. You can manually control them on the inside if you need to, but if you're, like, say you're in a hurry, or there are a lot of different ships and a lot of stuff going on, I have a control tower set up specifically to handle those tasks. And the control tower will handle requests, people coming in, people heading out, people docking or taxiing within the hangar, so we can always keep track, okay, what's going on, where do we need teams, where do we need people. So if there's an emergency or an accident, we can see what's going on, where and why. And I'm going to go ahead and take you into the airlock. This is airlock number 3, I believe. I finished this one off last night, but you can see we've got sound blocks on the inside. It's fully hooked up with the oxygen system, and in fact there's going to be tanks lined across the top on all of these, so there's a place for the oxygen to go. And they have access doors on that's okay, that's weird. Let's fix that. There we are. All fixed. It's weird. I'm using quite a few mods with this. I'll have those linked in the description to the video below, so you can go and check them out or download them yourself and use them. I'm trying to keep the number of mods on this world to a minimum, or as to low as I possibly can, so the world is still functional and still has a good design to it. However, I'm trying to keep the number down so loading times aren't affected so badly. But you've got access doors here. Getting off topic, I can tell. You've got access doors here that go through every single one of them in case, you know, there's something going on outside, or your buddy's over here and he wants you to check out his ship before he leaves and you're in the other hangar or whatnot. It's just an easier way to get through. It helps out. One of those things I saw was a bit of a necessity. There we are. English is my primary language and I can't even speak it. So, I'm going to show you guys the opening sequence.
Gate
You
opening.
can hear the audio. And the back door shuts automatically, the lights dim, and it comes up to the little strobes, so that way if you're in the adjacent hangar, you can look through and you can see, okay, that one's depressurized, I shouldn't open this door. However, those doors lock as soon as that door opens, so you don't have to worry about it.
Pressure stabilized.
Alright, so that door is now open. And these would have automatically depressurized the room, but there was no oxygen in here to begin with, so it didn't have to. So now you've got the automatic door open, automatic door close, and then you fly out. And on the outside we have these two little lights here, and they will show green. Controls for those are only available from the control tower. So if you're in the tower and someone's flying up and they can't read the number, like on Hangar 3, you illuminate it with those green lights and say, alright, go to this hangar, and they'd fly over here, you'd open up the door from the hangar. And this door will stay open for a minimum of 1 minute on the automatic settings. It will stay open for a minute, giving you enough time to fly out, or if need be, you to fly out and someone else to fly in. I set it up that way, so because the station has a low number of hangars, it's got 6, or a low number of airlocks, it's only got 6 of them. Oop, that's coming down, gotta get back inside. There we go, got it. Okay, back inside. I set it up that way so you could have large traffic flows, because this is going to be the main hub. And any second now, the audio will come up. You can see that those are now green. It could pressurize.
Pressure
There we go.
stabilized.
So now the door is open, the lights are on, and that's the end of the sequence. I set it up that way so you could have large traffic flows. Say you've got a lot of people coming in and going out. You can use each airlock as a two-way airlock. So you can have someone leaving and someone coming in as soon as they leave. I've also got a manual door override here, so you can open it and say you want to get it shut real quick because you've got volatile cargo or you've got someone who needs to go to the med bay right away. You click this button
Gate
and it will
closing.
automatically close the entire system, but as you can see, it's already shut. There's no need to worry about it. There's another safety feature with this where when this door is open, that door is turned off, and when that door is open and this one is closed, that one turns off and these two turn off. However, when the whole system is set up like this, there's no need to worry about it because obviously these doors are already unlocked and you're free to move through them. I set it up that way so you couldn't have someone, say, in this hangar, fully pressurized, someone in that one getting ready to leave. Well, they want to mess up the system and they want to click on that. Well, there you go. There goes all the oxygen in the entire area. Wouldn't be good. So I set it up to turn them off so you can't vent the air purposefully or accidentally. So that is the airlocks. There's a ship in there. I'm going to go over that one in a different video, but that's one of the few basic mining vehicles that you're going to be able to purchase from the station. It's also going to have a 3D printer to build those. That one needs a little bit of reworking after some testing, but that's the S Plus model where it's an upgrade from the base. So I'll go over that in a future video. This one is also another vehicle that is only available to station workers. It is a tug, or a mule as they call it in Canada. It's an airport tug. You mount a ship to the back of it, and you can tow them around. The pilot doesn't have to do anything. You basically attach the ship to this, and all of a sudden it's now the driver's responsibility. I thought it'd be a much easier way to get ships around and through the station, because it makes getting large ships, or even small ships for that matter, through a small corridor much easier, and you don't have to worry about the thrusters damaging or burning anything. You just attach it to the back of the tug and take it for a spin. This also comes standard with a few safety features. One, we've got the taillights on the back. So you've got the brakes, yes, that is a license plate. You've got the warning strobes on the top. You've got the cockpit illumination light right there. So this is meant for two people, so you could have someone there to help load and unload the object, or to help guide you in third person while you're driving this. It's actually pretty fun to drive in first. Oh, I gotta be on the right panel. There we go. It's actually pretty interesting to try and drive this in first person. It'd be nice if you could move your camera with the mouse in cars and stuff. Unfortunately, you can't, so I can't turn my head to see how close I am to walls and what. But that's what third person is for. Now, however, once I get the roof on this place, third person's not going to be a very fun option to drive this thing in, because you're going to constantly have to adjust your camera to the height of the ceiling, which won't be fun. Also, we have headlights, which help illuminate in the dark. Not so much right now. I did change the settings so they have no intensity and they have no oh, what's the word for it? Where's the spotlights at? There you are. There you go. There's the settings. Radius is none. The intensity is none. So it's only got that little illumination there. So if I turn that one off, you can kind of see, but you kind of can't. Only reason that those are actually there is so that way you can see in dark corridors. You wouldn't really need those in the main hall because it's all going to be lit up. There's no need to worry about that at all. It's just a little add-on I thought was necessary. There we are, going and speaking English words I can't pronounce again. And here we have a small drone, which is a repair drone. There's going to be a couple of these. These are controllable through the control tower. We've got the little access port here. Yes, you can fit a ship through that if you build it small enough. I'm going to have a couple of these, so if you need to, you can take and fly the ship out. This is a light switch on the outside, so you can turn it on before you go in. Also, power saving helps when it's not on, you're not consuming so much power. And in here is the drone. This is just a small thing that I mocked up really fast so I could take it for a spin and make sure everything in here worked. It's the classic green and white to show that it is a mining vessel or a commercial use non-military grade vessel. That's what the green and white is in my book. Green and white is something that you'd see on a commercial use vessel, and not a military vehicle. Military vehicles in space for me would either be dark blues or dark blacks and dark grays, because they would show up a lot less on the horizon. So we've got the little drone, and then here you've got the individual buttons. I'm going to turn my hood on so I can see what these do. So on the first one here, we've got the connector. If you turn that off, it will disconnect the ship, so you could have someone down here operating the whole system while someone up there is controlling and piloting it. I would put buttons for these up in the control tower, but you'll see how much space I'm limited to when I get up there. We've also got the door up top. This is able to be oxygenized or oxygenated or pressurized, whichever word you want to use, but I have it set so you can't right now because it's not hooked up to anything. There you are. You can see that the door is open, and this will fit through perfectly. It won't bump the edges, nothing. It fits through like a glove. So we're going to close that. Here we have the depressurize button on and off for the vent, and then here we have the interior light on and off. So there you go. This is the drone bay. There's going to be multiple of them, so in case there's an accident or an issue around the station, say somebody was coming up to fly into one of these hangars and smashes into it, well, you release a bunch of these drones, the pilots fix everything, and you don't have to send a lone space or a person out there in a spacesuit to try and fix any of it. You can do it with a ship. More expensive, but much safer. Alright, this is the access way to the control tower. I wish these were ladders. I've seen a couple of things on the workshop, people trying to get ladders back in the game. They'd be a good addition for space stations, but I couldn't see them on ships. Especially not because of the whole physics things and all the issues that they're having right now. Wouldn't be a good idea. So anyway, you come up here, and this is one of the reasons why I had to add a couple of mods. This is the AI core block. It looks like a computer server, and I figured that would be the perfect place to put one of these up here. So those are functioning as programming blocks, and here you can see I've got the oxygen set up for the entire station. This list is going to get bigger over time, so people in the control tower can monitor where oxygen is, what's going on, what the pressurization in all of these hangars is. I'm talking to the mod dev right now, trying to see if there's going to be a way where I can get ways to put on or remove certain air vents or oxygen tanks from this listing. So it's not going to be everything on the station, it's only going to be the hangars or the drone bays. So it's not going to show you everything. That would be a little bit cluttered, and it would be hard to go through and see what is what or where. Here we have a note panel, so people up here can write down things or share things with other engineers in the tower. Up here and on every other one of the things across the way, we have these things. Logs and listings for people to go and say, okay, this is where the ship is, this is what ship it is, this is where it's going, is it coming in, is it in the hangar, is it in a station, where is it at, what's going on with it. Again, you could do this on paper if you wanted, but if you can't, then, well, I wouldn't worry about it. You can share it here, you can write it down. I'm also talking with the mod dev to see if there's a way where I can have a whole bunch of things on the listing and it would just scroll through. So in case you have a whole lot of ship traffic, it'll just scroll up like it does over here with this. So we'd have this kind of scrolling on those with regular text-based objects. Over here, we have the control panel set up for the entire hangar system. You can see I have 1 and 2. They're not set up yet. They would be down here if they were. However, they're not, so they aren't. So here we're going to go ahead and activate the exterior lights to say, or to tell a pilot, this is where we want you to dock. And I'm going to turn those on all 4 of them so you can see them. And this is also a way to say, hey, this hangar is available, go ahead and dock in it. And if an issue arises on the inside where we have a ship that's trying to use one of those, we would turn that light off. So they would know they can't dock in that station. But as of current, I'm the only one on this world, and all of those are available. And I'm going to show you them opening and closing from up here. So we've started number 5, and we've started number 6. You can see in the back there the doors are closing down, and in a little while those doors on the front are going to open up, and you'll be able to see into the hangar from here. I figured this would be the perfect spot. I tried to model this after a couple of sci-fi-ish space stations I've seen over the years. I forget the name of it, but I liked the design where they had the airlocks or the hangars right in plain sight, and then they had an L shape that came up. Well, this is kind of a backwards L. They had an L shape that came up, and then you had like a little control deck or a control area that you could look out and see all of them. And I figured I would use that, or at least be inspired from it, to build something like this. And here we have the drone bay controls. I'm going to have 4 of them, 2 repair and 2 grinding, so that way you can multitask with them. So we're going to go ahead and open that one up. And there's going to be a second control pad right back here, I believe, where you can depressurize or pressurize them, depending on the situation, which is, again, why we have this here, so you can see, okay, if I click this button, I'm going to vent oxygen, and I don't want to do that. So we're going to go ahead and close that up, and anytime now, those doors should begin to close. Yep, there we are. You can see the lights automatically turn off when the door is shutting to tell you, okay, don't fly in, they're going down, you will crash, and you will break stuff. So I've got those set up automatically. And there we are. So that is, those lights will turn off in a minute and the back doors are going to open up. But that is the station. I've got a lot of stuff I want to add to it. I hope you guys have enjoyed and at least been inspired to build something of your own. Thank you a whole lot for watching, and give the video a like, a thumbs up, and a subscribe to the channel if you want to see more awesome stuff or follow along with the progress of the station.